Hey sassy friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get all my notifications whenever I post a new video. I will also have all my social medias linked in the description box below, so go check that out as well. This is just a fun DIY video, you guys. I know you love it when I put together planners, so I thought I would do a fun, affordable planner. Now, affordable is relative to your budget, so if you don't think this is affordable, then you can go do something that's more affordable for you, but I think this is a great deal. So first of all, this binder right over here was like $4.99. I believe $4.99 or $5.99, but I know it was really affordable in my opinion. I love the colors. I love the inside where you can put your name. So I thought right away, okay, I need to gold foil emboss my name because I'm bougie like that. But if you don't want to go through all that trouble, you could just write your name regularly. These are extra little details of things that I do because it's fun for me and I love to personalize things. So don't think that you at any point have to do this. I'm rubbing some talcum powder that's in a little tool over that area so it doesn't stick to other places, but if you have any baby powder at home, you could use the same thing and just rub it with your finger. It's really up to whatever you have. And then I'm just using a black embossing pen that is from Ranger that I just love because you can see so clearly what you're embossing. So I decided to do that. But again, you guys don't have to do all the extra little things that I'm doing for this video that I thought it would be fun for you guys to see. You can just go ahead and write your name in any old pen and whatever you like, but you're gonna see how pretty this looks. And I'm using a little trick here by just dusting away any little extra little pieces of powder with a paint tool so I don't disrupt the actual name itself where the powder is. So that's something that I learned and it works so good. I seriously love the way that the name just turns a different color the minute you start embossing it. I legit feel like Harry Potter. I'm all like, Expelliarmus! Next, I'm just pulling out the inserts that I picked up as well at Target. I believe these were also like $3.99, like really cheap, especially if you're trying to build like a student planner or something that's really affordable. I would keep in mind that the inserts for this are very thin, so if you don't like that, you could always go online or print your own inserts. That way you have a better quality paper, but these aren't bad if you're just doing some basic planning and you're not trying to go overboard. I also picked up these file folders just because I thought they were cute and they were like $2.99, so I was like, make my own or buy them for $2.99. $2.99 one. The one thing I don't like about these file folders is that the little side area that has that extra color where the gold foiling is, I thought that would be like a pocket to put things in. It's not a pocket, it's like a fake pocket. Like those fake pockets on jeans, that's what that is. So if you wanted to, you could make your own pocket or your own little file folders, and that would be really cheap to make as well. So that's just an option for you guys. I could always do that and go back, but I just thought for the sake of saving time and money, we would go this route. And then next I'm going to be personalizing and adding some details and showing you guys what I would do if I was planning in this planner. So I also picked up this dry erase board that they had as well, which you could actually make by laminating a piece of scrapbook paper that's white or whatever you have in your stash, but this was like $2, so I was like, YOLO, I'm getting it. And I also saw that they had awesome little post-it notes all from the same collection. Mind you, this is not sponsored by Target, but I did get all this at Target, so sorry if you guys can't get a hold of some of this stuff. But it's so cute, and I thought I'd add some of these and pull them off the packaging. Yeah, they did rip a tiny bit, but that's not really a big deal because you get so many of these sheets, so it's just, you know, just the backing, and I'm going to be adhering them down. Hindsight, wish I had added a different type of adhesive because this is like the worst temporary adhesive I've ever tried. Normal temporary adhesive actually sticks a lot better than this, so something to keep in mind when you're doing this. I would use a different brand if you want to do temporary. I'm only doing temporary because I thought that way I don't ruin the dry erase board, but for $2, maybe you don't do temporary, you know what I'm saying? Next thing I decided to do was pull out my HP Sprocket printer. I really love this little thing, gives great prints. I'm just pulling up my Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You really only need to pull up the Bluetooth, but I forgot that that was the case, so I did both, but once it shows up on your Bluetooth, you're going to see it right away. It's going to say HP Sprocket. You click on that, and then right away it'll either prompt you to the app if the app is already downloaded in your phone, or if it's not, go ahead and download it, or you can go directly to the app. There you go, it just prompted me right there. Then I'm just going to go through my photos. You can connect straight through Instagram as well just to see which photo you want to print out. I decided to pick one of me and my husband just because, you know, every time I see that photo, it just gives me happy thoughts. So I thought I'd do that. And you're just going to go ahead and click the little printer icon, and then it's going to start printing. It does this fairly quickly, but I did slightly speed it up. And you're going to see right there, I didn't edit or anything on that photo, and it looks great all on its own. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm going to be putting that on my little makeshift dry erase dashboard, just because I thought it'd be fun to add some extra little details onto this. I didn't just want to leave it blank just because it was a dry erase board, because you guys also know I can't leave well enough alone. So after I went ahead and added the photo with the temporary adhesive, I realized midway that I wanted to add these photo corners, and I forgot I even bought them. I think they were like $1.50, and they're really cute, and I love the little pops of color, so I thought these would be fun for adding photos throughout your planner. I just added this photo for this specific video, but if you wanted to add more photos, these photo corners would be a great way to do it, and you could always remove the photo later on, and these would keep them from getting damaged, and it just makes it look really stinking cute if you ask me. So I went ahead and did that. As you can see, I'm struggling there because I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't stuck that down, but temporary adhesive always comes back up, so we're good to go. And then I decided to use a little dry erase marker that I actually had in my stash to just write a quote that I thought would kind of go with the spirit of this planner. And I also wanted to make sure that it fit properly, so that also inspired the quote. So my word of the year is actually focus, and it's just a word that I love that kind of symbolizes what I'm trying to do and the goals I'm trying to achieve. Do you guys have a word of the year that you choose to help you focus? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, you guys, if you're someone who's prone to smudging things or are not patient for letting things kind of dry, I would maybe not choose the dry erase board, because you can smudge it a lot. I actually did off camera quite a bit because I'm not patient for letting things dry sometimes, so something to keep in mind. These little adhesive pockets I found in Target Dollar Spot. Apparently that's the theme of this video. But I really love these because you can create all kinds of little pockets throughout your planner where you can stuff little things like post-it notes or a receipt or paper. I wish they had bigger sizes of these, but this is the largest they have. But I thought it'd be fun to add this just in the front in case I did want to put something in there like a sheet of stickers or even a set of post-it notes. I wanted to show you how those fit in there. Those are actually just from my shop. My shop will be linked in the description box below for you guys, TheSassyClub.com. But basically, I just wanted to show you an example because it doesn't really go with what the look I'm going for here. I also found these awesome little bookmarks that you can put throughout your planner as well, that are decorative as well as so you can help find your page. And then I also found these dry erase labels basically, and I thought these would be great to have in case you wanted to create your own dry erase board using stickers. I thought for fun I would actually just add it in front of this clear pocket, that way you have an extra dry erase board, or even just so that you can create kind of more decorative elements, which is probably what I'm going to end up using it for since I'm accident prone. During this video I even dropped that marker and ended up staining a little area in my planner, so that's a little, you know, edit magic. I'm sure someone will notice that at some point though. Right here I just decided to erase that, and I just decided to add some stickers and things, and I also think you could add another picture there and add a quote and stuff as a sticker. So those are just some of the options that you have. And then these stickers that were also from that same collection that I believe were like $1.50, I decided to kind of add in different places, like that area there. That's actually when I realized that was in a pocket, sometime around that time. I pulled out one of my stamp sets because I love to add little details and decor using stamps. If you guys have been following me for a while, you pretty much know that about me. These stamps are from my shop, The Sassy Club, and that will be linked in the description box below if you guys are into stamps like I am. I love using them, whether it's in my planner or just to make a card. They're just super versatile. And then I'm going ahead and coloring in this image using some of my Copic markers, but whatever you have is what you can use. I just really love to use markers that I can give a little dimension with and kind of just make it really pop out, and I thought she would look so cute in front of a file folder, so that's why I decided to go ahead and do that on camera for you guys. And now I'm just going to cut her out, and this was a pretty quick process because she's pretty simple for the most part, and I'm just going around and using my little sharp cutter bee scissors. I do recommend, if you plan on cutting things out, to have a nice good pair of scissors. I decided to pull out my little X-Ron machine for the temporary adhesive that has in it, because honestly it works so much better than that other adhesive. I love that little thing. You guys see me use that all the time, and I would have used it at the start of this video, but I couldn't find it originally. So there's a little fun fact for you guys. Next I will be showing you guys some customizations you can do on your pages. I love customizing my monthly overview. I decided to pull out the stamps that said November because rather than writing it in, I thought I would just use a stamp, because since this paper is so thin, I knew at some point I would get bleed through through with most of the pens that I own. I'm using the black pigment ink that's in the Patriotic set from my website. I know that this ink does not bleed through. It may leave a little bit of shadowing because that's unavoidable with how thin this paper is, but I feel like that's still pretty good. So that's why I decided to go this route for these, on top of the fact that you guys know I need no excuse to stamp. And then I decided to just stamp all the numbers into this page rather than write them because I thought they'd look really cute. I was originally thinking of maybe doing brown because of November being, you know, fall time, but honestly I felt like with all the colors going on in the rest of my layout, I didn't want to go too overboard, so I kept it a little neutral. I also stamped out all these images off camera and then cut them so that I could further decorate this page. Again, this is a step you could skip if you just want it to be more of a functional. I pulled out my Home Sweet Home set and stamped those using that stamp, but if you didn't want to do that, you totally don't have to. Again, I'm using the temporary adhesive because, you know, I change my mind a lot, so it's good to have, you know, be able to pull that up and not rip your page. If you don't want to decorate your pages, then to you, the more the merrier. You can just write in the numbers with a pen and that's all you, but I personally love to personalize and that's why I'm doing this. But if you want to skip this step, you could totally do that. It's really up to you. And if you already have stamps in your stash, you can use what you have in your stash. Really up to you. So I really love this set. It has tons of images for Thanksgiving and Christmas that are very versatile and things that I use all year round, really, like that little coffee cup, a little pie for baking and things of that nature. So, and then I added the little corn and a little candy apple, as well as like a little turkey legs. So I thought those looked super cute and it just kind of spiced up this layout a little bit. So, and then I decided to stamp in using fall planner doodles just because it has a lot of images that you can color in to create like little patterns, and I really love that. So I went ahead and did that in brown. And again, this is actually pretty simple still for me. I usually go even crazier, but I thought this was really nice and I actually was really happy with how the page turned out. I just wanted to give it more fall vibes. I really enjoy fall. I love fall. It's my favorite time of the year. What's your guys' favorite time of the year? Summer, winter, fall? Like, what do you enjoy most? I know fall is my favorite, everything about it, so kind of had to add that extra little something. And I do obviously love summer because the colors of this planner are very bright and kind of summer-like, but I love all kinds of colors, so it really doesn't have to be any time of year for me to use those colors. I'm just going in and adding little details, as you saw, stickers. I did pick up these Yoobi pens that I had seen some people talking about. They're a brush pen and I wanted to try them on camera for you guys and to see if we could maybe make a fun, you know, little sticker or accessory for our planner using these. So I decided to write out a few words and then I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. These pens are pretty good, but I really prefer the brush tip on my Tombow markers. So just a little, you know, reference there in case you're wondering about these. If you have Tombow markers, I would stick with those. If you don't have access to Tombow markers or you want a cheaper alternative, these have a really nice brush tip for the price. And I'm running these again in my temporary adhesive through my little machine over here. It's not really battery activated, so it's not like a machine, but you know what I mean. And then I'm pulling them off the backing right there and just sticking them on. I just think it looks fun and adds like a little extra pop. You guys know I love adding little extra details. I think it's what really makes a planner stand out and fun. So, you know, I had to do it. And I love the colors too. I feel like you can do all types of colors in this planner. And now I'm just making a little to-do list so that I can look back at. I love creating to-do lists for my planning because I can go back and check mark everything that I got done for the day. Do you guys have a specific way that you like to plan? Do you like to-do lists? I find it's one of my favorite things to do in my planner is just create little task lists. It makes it easier for me to remember what I need to do. And then I added a little pop of gold just because I had these stickers and I figured, you know, it would just add a little something as well. And I never need any excuse to use gold. I love gold! Tell me where that's from. Bonus points for referencing. And I thought that little gold scallop sticker would be perfect for cutting off the to-do list and using the rest for another day. So I'm going ahead here and using these Yoobi markers again and just coloring on a blank piece of cardstock paper. This is pretty thick cardstock because if you're going to make little file tabs, you want to have pretty decently thick cardstock. Now again, if you wanted more of a watercolor effect, which you guys know is always my go-to, but I wanted to force myself to try using these markers to create a cool effect, then I would again maybe use the Tombow markers or your watercolor palette. I went ahead and created a pattern using my gel pen, and then I decided to create some file folder tabs, and I just kind of created an outline and went based on that. If you have a punch or even a silhouette machine where you can cut these out, or even print out a trace, something you can use to trace the shape of a file folder online, which I'm sure there is, then I would recommend doing that. But if you don't mind them being kind of like a little wonky and artsy, then I feel like this could be a really fun way for you to do it. I had fun trying doing it this way rather than, you know, having it be completely perfect. And then I just used the ones that I created to create a trace for myself so they'd all be around the same size. I didn't really need that many, but I just cut out 4 for what I needed currently. And then I added little dots of little embossing so that I could just create a few little gold flecks, because as we all know that we've had a gold theme recurring in this planner, so why not keep going? So if you guys want to see me do more videos like this, be sure and give this video a thumbs up and turn on your notifications so I can see that these are the types of videos that you like. What was your favorite little detail that I added to this planner? I know for me, I really love adding embossing and little things like that, but what do you guys like to see when I do these types of videos? Again, for the most part, I just added these little details. I'm adding the file folders right now, and I'm just using some of that temporary adhesive, but I would just use permanent adhesive just to make sure they really stick on there. And if you want to make them double-sided so that you have color on both sides, that's really up to you. But since I probably won't even look on the other side for the most part, it doesn't really personally matter to me. So that's something just to keep in mind as well. So just so you guys know, any products that I can find links for, I will link in the description box below. If I can't find them, unfortunately, I won't link them, or if they're sold out. But if you guys want to check out my shop and the stamps that I create, be sure and check out TheSassyClub.com, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye!